In associations, board members or committee members may find themselves in a conflict of interest. This arises when the interest of a board member or committee member has the potential to be at odds with the interests of the association. That is, the member could personally benefit from the board's decision. Board members are responsible for making decisions that benefit the association. That's their fiduciary duty. That's why they must be cautious of any benefit that outside persons, other organizations, or they themselves might gain from those decisions. Failure to manage conflict of interest could mean the association's members, stakeholders, and the public could lose their confidence in the association. Undeclared conflicts can put the association at risk. There are 3 different types of conflict of interest to manage. Direct conflict of interest is when a board member or committee member stands to gain or lose money or goods personally because of a decision made by the association. Indirect conflict of interest is when the conflict is one step removed from a board member or committee member and the loss or gain would affect family, friends, or colleagues. Perceived conflict of interest is when someone from outside perceives that a board member or committee member can get the association to make a decision that directly or indirectly benefits that board member or committee member. It's the responsibility of each board member or committee member to declare any type of conflict of interest, real or perceived, and to remove themselves from all decision-making related to it. If a member is uncertain if a conflict of interest exists, they should discuss it with the association's president or board chair. Once a conflict of interest is declared, the board member or committee member should excuse themselves from the discussion by leaving the room and not voting on the issue. This would be reflected in the meeting minutes. Associations should have a conflict of interest policy which outlines the process for declaring a conflict and procedures for dealing with it. Ideally, board members and committee members would be required to declare in writing that they'll adhere to it. Also, board members and committee members should review it regularly to ensure that they're acting in accordance with the requirements and spirit of the policy. Conflict of interest puts an association at risk of not acting in the best interests of the association and its members. Directors should declare all real and perceived conflicts and excuse themselves from decision-making.